Hello everyone, this is Modified Darvas Box MDB coming at you with another weekend review. I'm getting a late start here today because all this morning I had phone calls from family and friends coming in. Talked to my dad, talked to my sisters. Man, everybody seemed, today seemed to be the day where to talk to everybody. Um, but now that I've had a chance to sit down and start a video, want to get into it, and we're going to see in this video a number of bullish signals. A lot more have shown up lately than has shown up the last, I don't know, 6 weeks or so. I've had a very pessimistic, bearish tilt these last 6 weeks or whatever. And even though, yeah, plenty of stocks have been bullish, there's been plenty that have been bearish also. But now, as we'll see in the video, we've got a lot more bullish signals, and it's going to make things very interesting. I'm taking these bullish signs with a grain of salt though, because it is the end of the quarter, and it could just be window dressing, which gee, that's never happened. It could also be from index rebalancings, like I think the Russell 2000 rebalanced. Who knows? But either way, we'll need to get verification in the next week or two to come of these bullish signals. But yeah, you can trade them. But I'm talking about my overall view on the market. It's still pessimistic, but boy, we got a lot more bullish signals. So yeah, I'm thinking maybe we might have to be changing that, but we'll see. We'll get into the charts and you'll see more of that in a sec. For anybody who's never watched one of my videos, I'm an independent trader investor. I created my own unique strategy of trading the markets here. It's based on the book How I Made $2 Million in the Stock Market by Nicholas Darvas. And I've also blended in other concepts from the strategy as well. And I'm always open to experimenting with new ideas. And I think all of you should be doing that also. You see a good idea, start playing around with it, test it out. If it's got value, add it. If not, chuck it and throw it away. But I always see new, different ideas. So always keep experimenting. So again, for anybody who's never watched the video, you see my charts have lots of different colors on them. I've got different bars coded to mean different things. Like right here, this light gray, that's an inside bar. Inside bars are 50-50. They can go either up or down. But most important, they are valid signals and they are tradable. Many people will draw trend lines and do stuff like this, like, oh, well, oopsie, well, I see a line here, and oh, let's change to a different, well, I'm not going to change it. But anyways, they draw lines, and every week the lines change, and well, we got a line here and a line here, and oh, and a line here and a line there, and it just becomes like, what are you doing? It doesn't make any sense. So one thing which I've received praise for, and which I think you should do in yours analysis, is be consistent. Be consistent. However, approach every chart, every time frame the same way. That's probably one of my greatest strengths is consistency. But so yeah, we'll see different colors on the charts. There's the box structures, and so on, and all these signals allow me to interpret what's going on out there, and also make good trading decisions. And in the end, make money, baby, because that's what we're here for. In the end, just make money. It's like Al Davis, just win, baby. So let's get into it. I've got six watch lists here, but we're only going to look at 1 through 4, which are the indexes and the triggers. So our first index here, MLPs, Master Limited Partnerships, energy related. I own some of these in my income portfolio. They pay income. And look at here, we've got a box breakout right there. That I also look at this as a tell on oil and energy. And if oil's going to be going up, this is going up also. Dividend players that just are steady risers, man, you got to love it. Let's go here to ARK, ARK-K. I don't recommend ARK, but I do keep this chart because it's got the greatest colors to emphasize the color schemes on my charts. Yellows are bullish bars, whites are bearish, blues are pay attention with a bullish tilt, pinks are pay attention with a bearish tilt. And when I say pay attention, it's because these are signals, but we trade the reaction to the signals. It's the reaction, the next bar afterwards, that I'm most interested in, and that you should be most interested in also. Because signals can be benign. They could show a signal, but then nothing happens. But you want to pay attention to when you see signals. Like, for example, here, signal blue, but then the next week it pulled back. Does it always happen? No. Blue and then it went up, but signals, pay attention. So we got here a inside week, which means it's 50-50. The bar stayed inside of the prior bar. Let's see, what is this? Oil. Here's a chart of oil. I'm finally able to draw a box range around it that I think will stick. Look at this downtrend. It's almost an entire quarter here, and now oil's turning. Does this mean oil and gas is going up? Yeah, probably. The coincidence of the AMZ going up and now oil making a turn, that tells me, yeah, we're going to have higher oil in the future. And that's economic headwind. NASDAQ. Okay, the King Index at the moment, look, it's been running since, if we want to go back, since November of 2023. It broke out again here, box breakout, another run there. And now look, now we've got a blue signal. Those typically mean pay attention, pay closer attention, and it's almost like an excess exuberance. And on average, blues tend to be followed by red down bars, but it's the market, not always, not guaranteed. So we'll see if that plays out, if next week during the short July 4th week, whether that actually happens or not, but we'll see. But something to make note of. Last time it did that was right here, and look what it followed up with, a very bullish breakout bar. So go figure. Or, so it can go either way up here, but it's telling us to pay attention. Pay much closer attention. Ethereum, yep, look at that, keeps pulling back. Crypto, everybody and their mother thought that this was the big breakout. It's gonna take off and go to the stratosphere here. Nope, it did the breakout and then it's done nothing ever since. FFTY, oh, pink bar signal, 2 in a row. This is a growth proxy, and look, the red is increasing. This here is an inside bar. It's also coded for a what's called a shooter bar, an inverse hammer. So it's got a couple of different things going on, but either way, I see an increase in red here and a failed breakout. So growth stocks, yeah, maybe taking a break here. China, it was made in China. Look at that. Had a nice move everybody talked about. Pull them right back. I do not invest in Chinese companies, but if you want to, be my guest. Bitcoin, sideways in this big box range here, but it's got definitely a bearish tilt at the moment, but still sideways. But you're looking for signals. So far, no signals on the weekly. Any signals on the daily? Well, maybe here, I guess, or maybe up here, but nothing too crazy. Volumes, nothing crazy. So it's just one of those things, you got to live with it if you're a long-term trend follower on it. I bought it back here in the blue and sold it here and made an error in analysis here. I should have bought back in, but I didn't because the volume tells the tale also. Notice here the last big bar here was a big sell volume bar, and after that, it's been done. Sideways for months. So volume is very important. And if you don't include volume analysis, well, in my opinion, you're making a mistake. Gold continued sideways. High yield bonds had a breakout last week, which made me think things are getting very bullish. And now it goes back into the box range here. A little less bullish tilt. Software, yellow bar buy signal. Software, two signals. Signal on the inside bar right there, and then a signal on the yellow bar signal there. And ever since, two straight up bars, a box breakout. Software's gone from being sold off, but like, uh-oh, to we're back in business, baby. And you know what? Following signals, if you followed them, you stayed out of all this junk trading area. You could have bought it here on the prior yellow bar, rode it up, and then maybe punched out up in here, and then avoided it all. And when to get back in? Well, you're back in here. Trade by color. It's that easy. Okay, housing. I'm bearish on housing. Box breakdown right there, but volume's light. So how serious of a signal is that? Well, I don't know, but it's bearish. So take it with a grain of salt, but it's got a bearish tilt. Micros, nothing. Not much to talk about there. IWO, not much to talk about there. Healthcare, the prick Obama screwed healthcare up for us, but look at that. It tried to break out, but then they said, nope. Came back down, but I'd call that benign, sideways. Transports was threatening down here, but then look at the green. Buyers came in and said, no, 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 this isn't so bad. And it's sort of hovering along the bottom box range. But I don't know, we'll see. Keep an eye on that. NASDAQ equal weighted. Notice here, the NASDAQ equal weighted, that's a box breakout, but is it really ripping like the NASDAQ has? Not really. And it just really shows how narrow the market has been. The Mag 7 mega caps have been running things. Everything else is sort of average. Fizz Gold, this is one, I own this, I bought it back here. And again, no reason to sell. I could have sold right here and saved myself the headache of sideways, but no, I think gold has a long-term future. This was a pay attention bar, but it didn't pan out. So, stay long. QQQ, same as NASDAQ, but notice here, NASDAQ had the blue bar signal. This does not. One thing I've noted is volume has declined. Let's see if I can show this. Okay, volume's beginning to pick up a little bit, but look how low it is relative to all this whole time. Nobody's trading this stuff. Now, some people have said, well, it's summer, you know. Oh, yeah? Well, look at the summer trading back in here, or the summer trading back in here. My question is, why, if this is the greatest rally ever, why are investors basically not putting money into it? Answer that one, you know. Here, there's a good approximation. The lowest volume since was back in 2021. All right, so there is some precedent, but beats me. But again, should you have the highest confidence this is the greatest bull market ever? Maybe. RSP equal weighted S&P, definitely sideways. Had a couple signals right here, but they didn't pan out to anything. Sideways, interest rates, semiconductors going up, but pulling back a little bit, no signals. S&P 500, look at that. That there is a bearish shooter bar. Again, an inverse hammer. The way you trade that is basically if it goes down below that and hits the line there, you sell it or short it, and good chance of making money. We got some decent red here. But who knows what will happen. But remember, in conjunction with the NASDAQ blue bar and the tendency of this to be a red bar next. Yeah, maybe the first week of next quarter is going to be a down week, which again feeds into there's my thesis. There's lots of bullish signals, but I'm taking it with a grain of salt. SPY to confirm. Oh, look, SPYs don't really confirm that. Gosh. But again, SPY volume is really low like the QQQs. So, who knows? We shall see. Look at that. Look how low this is. Low, 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 low volume. Why doesn't anybody want it? If this is so great, why doesn't big money want into the market? I don't know. And that's one thing. When I don't know, I say, I don't know. That makes me unique among people on FinTwit. Everybody say it. I don't know. I don't know. Sentiment, medium sentiment right in here. Nothing conclusive. On sentiment, you're always looking for extremes. You see how I've circled all those extremes? What is this? Above 200 day, right? 51%, This one's lower, but moving up a little. Stocks above the 40-day average. Nothing crazy. The solar, the tan. I crapped on the tan for almost a year. Then it has this signal, and everybody starts going, "Yeah, baby, solar." Yeah, well, look at this now. That is a box breakdown. Basically, it's like they ate something, and now they run into the bathroom to puke it up. Solar's a dog. It's a dog with fleas, pal. Treasuries, interesting. TLTs. You think that flight to safety, they'd be buying and rates would go down? Nope. Selling. Look at that. White bar sell signal. If they're selling treasuries, that means rates are going up. Jeez. That's all we need. Higher energy and higher rates. The VIX, no risk anywhere in sight. This market isn't risky, is it? Hell's no. There's no risk. What's this? Commercial Vanguard REITs, commercial real estate. Oh, pink bar. That means pay attention with a bearish tilt. And from what I read in the headlines, commercial real estate is just getting savaged. Like, you see the headline, building bought for $500 million sells at auction for $10 million. Huge losses. And yet we never hear anything about it. Home builders, motoring along. This is a very light sell signal right here. Last week's inside bar, it closed down, but there's no real volume or anything, so that's slightly bearish. I'm bearish on housing, but it really hasn't panned out for me at the moment. I'm short one home builder, DHI. But to me, it looks like it's gonna go, but it's the really slow. XLE, energy stocks making the turn like we've already seen. Financials, just sideways, nothing. All right, that's list one. Let's go to list two. These are textbook breakout leaders. Textbook. Amazon. Got a box range here. Breakout here, followed up with more big volume. That looks bullish to me. And you've had lots of bullish history. Green, green bar, green, 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 green. You know, this has been going up steadily for months. And now it may be making a more decisive move from here. Maybe. But that's definitely bullish. That's a buyable pattern. A&ET, just a monster. Had a box breakout here, box breakout there. Nicholas Darvas would be so proud. He'd probably own this. Box breakout here. Not an easy one to own, but if you can buy it and sit and not do anything, yeah, you're probably going to make money in the long term. And look at the angle of attack here. It's getting a little steeper. But look at the history. Box breakout here. And if you followed the moving average, you've been in and you've ridden this, but not an easy one, but definitely profitable. New buy I made, Bright Cove BCOV. Does that look bullish to you? Look at the size of the volume here. You'd almost call this goalposts here and here, except this one's so much bigger. But are they buying or are they selling? If they're buying, do I or do we need to be buying? That's the big question. Maybe I answered it as maybe yes, and so I bought some. And so far, knock on wood, it's up. But damn, look at that big green bar. I love it. So we'll see what happens. Is it a lock? I don't know, but it looks good to me. BKR, Baker Hughes. And this chart is a shout out to the Texas two-step Dennis McCain, who's an excellent investor. And Dennis mentioned this, so I thought I'd throw it on because we got a yellow bar buy signal followed up with a box breakout right there. Very bullish looking. And let's say you want to change your time frame. Maybe look at it on monthly. I didn't have anything drawn on monthly. We'll draw it something like this. So on monthly, or no, maybe actually, there, that looks better. On monthly, your big pivot is here at around 36s, but still looks very bullish. The bros moving up. Look at this. Green, 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 green. I totally misjudged this. This was a bearish looking bar, but the reaction to it was bullish. I traded a couple times. I made money both times, but damn, if I could have sat, I'd have made more money. So that one's on me. But I had a checkered history. I've traded this a bunch of times. But yeah, buy and hold. If you can buy and hold, man, you can make so much more money and with such less headaches. Everybody thinks trading in and out, in and out, in and out is the way to go. No, no. Buy it once here on the bullish signal and then sit and sit and sit and just let it do its thing. The big thing is conviction. How much conviction do you have to just sit and let it do its thing? That's what most of us lack. I didn't have enough conviction to sit and let it do its thing. I just didn't think it was going to keep going. And look at the evidence. Evidence, green, green, green. In fact, look at this on monthly. Big green, green, big green. This is being bought. It's being bought in size. These are big institutions buying in. They are saying, we like what we see. The outlook for this stock is probably on this kind of trajectory. Maybe the only difference would be the angle. But it's on an upward trajectory, and they're all giving it votes of confidence. So if it comes down to a saying I've used many times, if the big boys want it, then I want it too, or we should want it too. This one here, box breakout, looking good. 2 inside weeks in a row. Basically set an alert for up here. If it hits up here, buy it. Set an alert. Look at this lovely green, green, green. Not a little red, but you know, much smaller than the green, which is exactly what you want. Here's an opposite view. CrowdStrike. Box breakout here. Yeah, big volume here, and then look here. This is part of the index stuff, but big red bar. And by the way, I don't give a rat's butt whether a bar means, oh, that was an index rebalance. No. You look at the volume as the sum total. Doesn't matter what it was. This is the net result. This is the evidence. The evidence is there's a big red selling bar. There was selling, which probably checked the demand, because look what it did ever since. It had posted that bar here, this bar here, slightly down. Did that fill the demand and now it's going to go sideways? Maybe. CVNA. Box breakout here. I bought this here just before the breakout, and it's doing its thing. Gotta have patience. And if I can sit and have patience, I bought it here and I sold it here because the gap was just so big. I watched it all in here. I watched it on the daily take shape. We had a yellow bar signal here, the pullback, but I just wasn't 100% sure. And then it really started rocking and rolling. This signal right here, signal reaction, the reaction here told me, yeah, I got to buy this. Now, I don't know how it's going to resolve here, but knock on wood, one day at a time. Deck with a nice pullback. That's forming a box. Hood keeps going up. A little tougher one, but looks good. IREN. Big box breakout here. This bar right here, inside, it broke downwards. But you know what? This is still a legit uptrend. So on this one, you'd want to be watching the daily for any potential buy signals. That's a sell signal. There's a potential signal that resolved down. There's a sell signal that resolved down. So you want to watch for signals that are bullish and then maybe buy it somewhere in here. And then the signal, and then hopefully the trend resumes and it goes back up. And you're then a super trader. But not yet. There's no signals yet. Wait for the signal. mRNA. I don't like this company at all. I think it's awful. But perfect example of a box breakout. It went up, and now pay attention to signals. Signal here. Signal here. And now reaction down. Yeah, this one's pretty much toast. But I kept it on here because it's still a valid one, but now I'm going to move it off. Let's see here. NVIDIA. Moving up. Pull back. No real signals on the weekly. How's the daily look? Oh, yeah, there it is. Moving up, moving up, moving up. Whoop. There's your pink bar. It all started coming back down. We got red volume. And now it's not really done anything. It had another signal here, very slight. So call it 50-50, but nothing wrong there. Here we go, ON, the sneakers. Box breakout, went up, starts pulling back in. When it starts pulling back in, start looking for buy signals somewhere in there. Any buy signals? This is the daily. Any buy signals? Well, we got red, 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 red. No buy signals on the daily, so we'd be patient and keep our eyes open. Oracle looks brilliant. Why do I have duplicate stuff here? Box breakout, looking great. Little bit of selling, but nothing to get upset about. Rivian, big box breakout. Although this one, again, I posted this on Twitter. I think Volkswagen paid up because I think they want to steal the technology. But hey, who knows? It is what it is. We'll see what happens. Okay, this one, SN. Look how this trend is beginning to. We got some red coming in here. This trend, is this trend beginning to peak? Well, from the weekly, we don't really know. But let's say I put a thing across the top of this bar right here. Let's look on the daily. Well, oh, there's a signal right there. Nothing too major, but you can see how the trend is beginning to bend a little bit. But it's still a box breakout until I keep it on this list until it forms a new box or something really bad happens. So VST, another one. This formed a new box. Oh, I got to move this off. But it's not, the pullback isn't that bad. Look at the red volume. This is not a bad pullback. Signal here, inconclusive. Another signal here, potential bearish. But we'll see. This one should just go on the bearish list. Bearish potential signals. Walmart, lovely. Box breakout, moving higher. Contrast this with Target. Ugh, look how awful that is. And then even if you look at multiple time frames, Walmart on monthly looks great. Ugh, Target, awful. Gee, which one do you think is better? That's how you use multiple time frames to evaluate trade ideas. This one, little guy, the wolf. Look at all this green, 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 green. I don't really know what this does, but looks fine here. Got a little hot up here, but yeah, nothing bad there. All right, let's now look at the two remaining lists, and then we'll wrap. Bullish signals and bearish signals. Notice here the bullish signals list is much bigger than the last couple of weeks. Much bigger. I do keep stocks on this list until they show usually like 2 weeks of down. So right here we got Apple. Bullish, bullish, bullish. Then a big bull bar pullback, but then a resumption upwards. Typically I'll remove this if we get a couple weeks down in a row, or this just starts really going down. So like if this goes a down week next week, then I'll move this off this list. But for the moment, it's still on it. Notice one thing also on this, volume analysis. Big green followed by big red usually means, yeah, that's probably it for now. And if you change it around, big red followed by big green, then that could mean, yeah, you know, it's not so bad. In this case, it went up here, and then the bear said, yep, that's probably it. But it's inconclusive whether that's 100% true. So this needs a couple more weeks to, if it starts really going down, well, then you could say, yep, that was the peak. But you don't 100% know at the moment. APP, yep, there's a signal, reaction to the signal, closed upwards. That is a bull trigger. BLND, okay. This is something I will keep an eye on big freaking volume. That's the biggest volume bar in its history. That's green. So while this is not a buy signal here, it's a put this on your watch list. This company, I believe it does mortgage software. So I'm not saying this is a buy signal. I'm saying this is a put this on your list and keep an eye on it signal. Because when the big boys want in, we should pay attention to that. Berkshire, Warren Buffett. Signal, bearish result, inside, and now it went up and now it came back down on volume. That's going sideways. That goes to list 6. No signals, no trades. Caterpillar, this is the one annoying thing. Box breakdown here. I shorted it. What does it do? It rebounds here to an inside on volume, and now starts going back up. So it's just, and so I had to cover, and I made like $1. But I had to cover, and it's so annoying. It's like you see red, 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 but now green, green. So maybe, you know, I talked in the beginning about lessons to be less pessimistic. This is one of them. Less bearish. Maybe it's not so bad out there. And that's actually a bullish trigger signal too. So did I buy it? No. This one, box breakout, but by about 5 cents. But still going up. Notice here, big green volume, big red. Just enough to maybe slow down the advance. D-Dog, yellow bar buy signal. I don't know. We'll keep an eye on that. ESTC, yellow bar buy signal. But look how inconclusive it's traded since. But it stays on this list because it's still relatively going up. But nothing special. Ford, yellow bar buy signal. Look at that. Automotive. Who thought automotive was going to become bullish? I thought it was totally bearish back here. But look at that. Totally changes scenery. Exactly like what I meant at the beginning. There's a lot more bullish signals. But is it because of the end of the quarter? Or is it legit where things are better? I don't know. Geo, yellow bar buy signal. Pay attention. Google keeps going up. JP Morgan Chase. My dad owns a lot of this. He's very happy. Signal, reaction, bullish, and it might go to a box breakout. Next, it just keeps going higher. Software now, look at that. Signal, trigger, up, box breakout. Here's an example of that big red followed by big green. Big red, investors, we got to get out. Followed by, no, it's not so bad. We're buying. Steel. Steel had a white bar sell signal here, formed a box, broke down out of the box, and what does it do? The green volume starts coming in, and maybe here's a potential bullish signal. Now it's saying, hey, not so bad. So you see up to here, I was like, oh man, the economy is doing terrible. Gosh, look at that. And now, maybe it's not so bad. Signal, reaction, up. Keeps motoring higher. Reddit with a box breakout, although low volume, but that's bullish. This one, pink bar signal, that is bearish. I own this one too. I'm not really all that concerned about it because I've owned it at good spots, but I have to take note of it. Spotify, box breakout, I tried to trade it, didn't really go anywhere, so I sold it. STAA, bullish signal here. I bought it the next week. Look at that reaction. I must be a super trader, right? Nope, I'm just a guy who knows how to interpret signals. And when I've made a successful potential interpretation, I know enough to actually click the buy button. And that's how it goes. I bought it here, sold it here, rebought it here, and so far, look at it now. Signal, slight upward reaction, looking okay. Keep going, this one keeps going up. Tesla, signal, another sort of reaction. Now it finally resolves bullish, but it's still not a box breakout. So that's bullish, but not wildly bullish. The green volume bars are above average, but the average is really low. So would I mortgage my house on this? No. But it's working for the bulls at the moment. Uber's been bearish since this whole zone in here started turning. Now you get a signal and a bullish resolution. Oil equipment up. Of course, oil's making the comeback here, and look at that. So oil stocks and equipment and everything starting to make a turn. The market's sensing the turn in oil. Shipping, Zim, look at that. I thought about buying it here, but I I got raped right in here. Some cannonball kamikaze trader, instead of selling gradually, decided to blow it out all at once, and I got ripped. But next week, if this keeps going up for a box breakout, yeah, I'll buy it back. All right, so that's it for bullish signals. Let's get bearish signals, and then we'll wrap. How much time? Oh, yeah, I've talked way more than I thought I would. Affirm, bearish signal, bearish signal. Let's see if it resolves downward, potential box breakdown. This one right here. Oh, I had to cover this one. Box breakdown here. And what does it do? It rebounds. Great. Rebounds back in the box. So I sold it. I covered it. I didn't make very much money, but I did walk away with something. That's the other key. Make sure you walk away with something. Like, trades fail all the time. Just make sure that if it starts in your favor, it doesn't then turn and go out of your favor. Don't lose money. That's the biggest message. Don't lose money. AMD, we had a negative signal here. It's gone sideways, and now it's formed a valid signal here. Whichever way AMD goes is the way to trade it. So I know there's a bunch of people on Twitter who, are all backslapping and everything, how great these trades they found at AMD. No, you know what? AMD hasn't even begun yet as a trade. Just prepare yourself if you want to trade it. Like, if it starts really going down, I'll short it. I don't care. But this one actually is not a signal, so this should move to box 6. Coal, yep, box breakdowns. Look at that, red. That looks awful. ARM, I'm still short ARM from this very tippy top, because it occurred to me that could be a wonderful position. And if ARM all of a sudden took a nosedive, then I would be able to brag about how I shorted the top. It only took a couple tries, but we'll see what happens. But there's currently nothing bearish, except that it's at very high levels. And the valuation is stupid. But beyond that, the market seems to like it. Avago. Wait a minute. I'm still thinking of ARM. So ARM, it's on this list because you have the signal right here. And yeah, it resolved downwards. Now it's back up. If this goes up another week, then I'll take it off this bearish list. Broadcom, this is a box breakout, but I just have this on here as potential bearish because look at these volume. That's a fair amount of selling. But otherwise, this really shouldn't even be here. So we'll move it. Bill, horrible downtrend, and what's it doing now? It's making a potential turn. No real volume, but I'm out of it. So we'll get rid of this off the list. BLDR, I'm short this one. That's a lovely short. If you turn this upside down, you'd be slamming the table to buy it. This one here, I shorted here. There's no weekly signal. This is my experimentation. I'm trying a more intraday signal. I'm not going to show it at the moment. But you see what attracted me was the big size of the sell bar. And then there was an intraday signal. And now look how it's ended up. Going down with another big sell bar. Whether it keeps going, I have no idea. But so far, that's a good start to a bearish trade. This one I'm short, sell H. Just looks awful. Chewy, look at that. I think Roaring Kitty tweeted this one. Yellow bar bullish. Up, 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 up. I didn't even know about this one. Now I became aware of it, and I see this is a potential bearish bar, but potential. Coin, you had a signal here. Now it's down 2 weeks from that. Let's see if it continues. Costco, there was the bearish signal here. Went sideways, but who knows? We'll keep this on the list another week. See what happens. By the way, on Costco, volume analysis, big red followed by big green. Oh no, it's awful. No, it's not so bad. We like it. What does it do? It goes sideways, and then the market changes, and then it moves higher. That's how you analyze a chart. CPNG, look at that. A bullish signal here, and what does it do? It does nothing in box breakdowns. I don't really like this one anyways, but it's bearish. Dash, box breakdown, big volume. This is a potential short sale, and I may have to go after this on Monday. Whoop. And look how it started here. Big pink bar, and then it went sideways. Have we had any big green volumes in here? No. So put that on your radar list. If you're looking to bet against something, that's got potential good odds. Dell, there's a signal there, inconclusive. Stay on this list one more week. DHI, I'm short this one. I've tried this a couple times in here. I'm just waiting for it to just go plop, but maybe it doesn't happen. I don't know. Reaction to signal. On DKNG, big bullish yellow signal, followed by plop, big white bar bearish signal. Thanks for playing. Shake and bake. That's why you got to wait for the reaction. Tells you so much. The signal itself isn't as important. The reaction is. Solar sucks, right? White bar sell signal, reaction continue down. This is another short idea candidate. Maybe it goes to the box breakdown and starts really going down to the floor. FSLR, same deal. I thought everybody loved it in here. Well, there's a peak. I should have sold it here. I didn't, and now look at it now. Down. GM, pink, we'll see what happens on that. GTLB, box breakdown here, moves down, and then all of a sudden, pop. What can you do? It couldn't find any buyers all in here, and now they want it? Yeah, okay. Would I be buying this? Absolutely not. But knock yourself out if you want to try it. Here again, sell. And then what do they do these last 2 weeks? No, we got to buy. Ugh. Another week and I'll draw a box on this one. It'll look something like this. But it just goes to show you how we've gone from bearish to all of a sudden some bullish signals. But again, are those from end of quarter or are they something else? I don't know. LMT, there's a bearish signal. MDB, just bearish. ML, I sold out of this, and look at this. Big red. Does that mean anything? Right here, well, closed mid-bar. Either it's going to stop going down and start going up again, but that's keep an eye on it. If you didn't buy ML, maybe that's your signal. But I'm pretty much out of it. It was a great stock. Microsoft, bearish signal right there. Shooter, we'll see what happens. MU, big red selling. I got mocked for drawing a pretty simplistic chart, but hey, what do I care? Look at that. They're selling it. They're selling Mortimer. This one, new IPO, Chinese junk, I think, but that's our market. But that's a potential sell signal, but PLTR, sell signal there, but no, what's the reaction? It went up. All right. Qualcomm, same signal, except this one went down. Look at the size of the volume. What does that say about technology? This one, box breakdown, but then what does it do? Goes right back up. What can you do? Rig, sell signal, down, down, now big volume. This should actually be in bullish. But again, we know that oil field stuff is going up, so a signal there. It's going down, but an up week. This has been 2 up weeks, so this really should go into, where am I going to put this? We'll put it into watching. RTX, pink bar, signal, pay attention. SE, pay attention. SMCI, the shake and bake. Everybody thought this was this is it, baby. It's going back to the moon. Nope, I shorted from here to here. And now it's been a real shake and bake, but look at the volume. Maybe it's not as bullish as it looks. Snow, another one of these doing awful forever, and all of a sudden the buyers decide, no, it's now a good value. I was forced to cover. I took the profit. I made like 20 bucks on the trade. But you see, signal and then trigger. That's how I operate. Nothing there. Box breakdown here, goes back up, but look at the Bollinger Band squeezing. This might have a big move next week. I don't know. Actually, Upstart should be in list 6. And, yep, looking horrible. Now going back up. Psh, great. VRT. This one was like CEG. I tried something new here based on here, but I don't know. I'm not sure this is going to go down more. I got to put this in watching. And workday, and that's it. And ZS. One last thing on volume, and then we're wrapped. Big volume to start. Keeps going down, down, down. Big red volume here, except this bar closed in the middle. That's where the buyers started coming back in. Ever since then, it stopped going down. So that's how you interpret charts. And that's it for this week's weekend review. To recap, a lot more bullish signals, but we'll see if it's simply from the end of the quarter or if they're actually real and things are changing again. All right, have a good week. Talk to you soon. Bye.